Hi Effie. Just thought I'd come in and let me just share some bits. Like I said, I'm going to be on and off for the next couple of days. Just been in the garden and pulled some cards, and I'm going to pull these ones after. And I was just trying to get a little bit of sun that's in the garden, you know, feeling into the energies, which was beautiful because, hang on a minute. Because today is feeling, I'm excited anyway, but it's not that feeling, it's calm. Like this morning the sun came through the window and I was like, it feels so calm. Sat outside, I was like, it's so peaceful. It just feels very calm. Just hang on a minute with these birds. What are you doing? Not squeaking at each other. No. Come out in a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to put the Trump t-shirt there that I will be wearing tomorrow. You know, JFK Jr., Trump, Lion. Yeah, so I just thought I'd come in. The energy to me this morning feels very peaceful, very calm. Outside is very calm, just feels really nice. Like what we were trying to say yesterday. Even though there's a lot of energies going about, I feel very peaceful. It's peaceful out there, obviously, within and without. That's how it feels. Don't know what you're Oh, I forgot something again. So I don't know if you'd like to put in chat what you're feeling and anyone comment in later, but I'm just going to go and get me a drink. You know, and a lot of people would say in the Muggle world, you know, calm before the storm. Exactly. Would, you know, when you have days that are darker, as in, you know, because we're in high water bearer, Sai, and Effie, and anyone else who's watching. When we have days of like, autumn, winter, especially in the UK where it's darker and it's not as warm, people would wake up in the morning and go, oh, it's such a horrible day. You know, it's been raining a lot here, but I think that is cleansing. It's been raining a lot here, this, that, and the other. I don't think that. I just think, yeah, it's a bit annoying sometimes, but I think, you know, that's nature and it doesn't matter. Still in the times of autumn, which I say is retreat, rest, and winter, getting recharging our batteries, is still nice in its own season. It's still beautiful out there. It's still calm. Still outside. It's nice. It is calm before the storm. That's why I'd say, you know, I've been saying recharge batteries because I need to get this nail varnish off. I might actually do it while I'm talking. Yes, I'm going to do it while I'm talking. Hang on 1 minute again. Oh. Thought I might as well multitask, but I've just got something through the door. Loving Tarot have had some. Yeah, they're excellent. They're excellent. When you tune into your higher self, come through your tarot. That's why you've got to have a relationship with your cards. Oh, I hope this is what I think it is. Oh, actually, it might not be what I think it is. It can't be what I think it is. Oh, it's only the only one I know that can walk away from the camera and come back with more people watching. Oh yeah. Right, you're going to laugh at this, some people. We all know things at alchemy. If anyone's watched me on my channel for the way back, I used to do a thing called Witchy Ways. You know, it's all energy. And I had a cauldron and it was quite big. And I just used to burn things off it, like, you know, you can write things down about what you want to release and all that, and just release it with fire elements. So it was quite big, and it was just too big for the house. So I've treated myself for Christmas, because I don't need anyone else to treat me. I can treat myself for Christmas. So really I've got to put it back away. This mini one, and it's stainless steel, so you can burn incense and stuff in it. So I've treated myself to a mini one that I could just sit on a table or anything, because I had a really big cast iron one. I don't mean really big, it was about this big, but it was just too big because they are really heavy, obviously, and that is beautiful. And that was from the Flying Witch on eBay. But yeah, so I actually thought it was something else I forgot. So that's that. And oh, anyone who's watched, I'm so glad these have come. I knew they would come. I've got some orders and I didn't have any envelopes, and I needed to send some today, well today, this week or whatever, and they've just come, so that means I can do either later today or first thing tomorrow, so that's good, because I got a good deal with all of those instead of like a few for a couple of pounds, so that's good. I'm glad they've come. I knew they'd come today, so that's good. So yeah, anyway, get back to it. I feel tremendously calm and have done for months. Yeah, I felt calm for months because I'm not in fear. Personally, I'm not in fear, but today just feels, as we know what's coming, just very, like Effie said, calm before the storm. But I've got a video to show you of who I was showing yesterday, but as I was sat in the garden just before, having a brew, getting a bit of sun, because the sun is out, while it's not raining, I was just looking at my plants, and my flowers that are still there, these yellow, orange actually, I don't even know what they are, and some heather, they're still so vibrant. Everything's so vibrant. The orange is vibrant, my yellow roses are vibrant that are still there, and you know, they are dying off now, but they're still vibrant, the ones that are there. And the heather, whatever it is really, really vibrant. So everything's vibrant. I just see that. I had a spread of all major. Oh, I'll show you mine in a bit. So, and then I looked at the seeds on the floor, because these flowers I've got, that just grow every year, because they drop the seeds and then grow. It just made me think of star seeds, because, you know, in a metaphor, when these flowers come up, they have really alien looking seeds as well. I can't remember what flowers are. They're really weird, like curly things. They look really weird. When they drop, they dry off, they fall into the ground, they grow again, and they just keep regenerating like that. So I think of it like star seeds. Like, I didn't show all of the Mark Atwood video when they were going on about, you know, the waves. As we all know, the waves of us coming in different stages and ages. When those seeds fall, the flowers there before die down. I don't mean they die off. I mean, some have obviously gone to another form of energy, but they go down. Then the next level of star seeds come in and grow up, and then they go down. The next come in, and that's what I'm seeing, and that's why I've been trying to say to people: it doesn't matter when you woke up. It's a stage that we go through, and then the others rise, and then, like someone's just saying on a video, I'll show you again. Hi, Lois. Because that is the different stages, but you've got to let people do that. That's how it's meant to play out. You know, everyone gets the chance to do it, you know, and stay on that path, that course. And we're just waiting for the world to wake up, because that is what's happening. We can't just rush off with, we're all doing this together, so we've got to go with everyone. So people who woke up ages ago have had to wait a long time, and then the ones after them have had to wait a little bit, and then it's quickened and quickened. I know for a fact now that if I'd have woke up to certain things, I don't mean energy or anything, I mean the stuff they put on us, I wouldn't have probably been as strong as I am now, because I had to go through a few situations in my own life with certain people, certain relationships that made me stronger for now. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not taking the dreads out, the staying in. I think it was just my fringe what was doing me. I didn't even know that's a bit curly today. But this is going to go higgledy-piggledy again. Q has always said, and as I've just said, Q17's in chat, and 3. Q has always said, it makes more sense now. As I was saying yesterday with the whole when I was a child and finding out about the family crests with the tree on and all that. Future proofs past. We are our future selves. We are the future looking back, and the future does prove the past. And I know the future proves the past is very layered anyway. I know that, and a lot of people do. But the future now proves the past of like, oh my God, like all that in my life was building up for the now. So this is the future, time traveling, looking back at the past going, I mean, that's like us looking through our own looking glass, but we know that's multi-layered. We know there's things like that happening, the quantum, you know, all this stuff. I was just thinking this morning on the way back from school, and I was just like, it's so amazing when you start not just digging on stuff, you start to dig on yourself, and you're like, oh my God, right where I need to be, doing the thing I need to be doing at the right time. And everyone's doing their own thing. Not everybody's the same. This is why I say, people go on about starseeds, light workers, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same to me. People that are uplifting humanity, they have different arenas and areas that they're in. There's like, you know, the elementals, earth, helping the matrix. There's loads. To me, there's loads. It's not just one job assigned to one person, or there's only one way and you must do it this way. No, because everybody learns different anyway. And everyone's got, to me, gifts and attributes that will help others who are in the same frequency, because people learn differently. Like, I'm visual, that's why I use cards and different things, and I draw. Hi, everybody in chat. I'm just not saying anything at the minute because I'll get distracted. This is how we learn. It's about your evolution. It's about, well, not evil, your evolution. It's about your journey on your path of how you evolve, not how anyone else evolves, even though it's the same, because we're all doing it. And it's amazing. And I don't know if anyone checked out my last orb video last night. Now, I did one for me that I didn't show because some of it's for me and not you out there, because it's my journey. And then I show the ones because I do ask. And if I start filming and they don't come in, I know to not film, and I just leave the camera on, not filming, if you get what I'm saying. And a lot comes in for me. And then if they do come in, they come in like they did last night when I asked for a flash. They were there, the twinkles, they were there. I know it's me as well doing this, but I also know it's spirit realm of whatever you want to think that is, because the veils are, I mean, have they gone? They're thin. The gates have been opened. Tom Hanks said that, didn't he? And this is the whole thing of when I go into this video in a minute. I mean, most of us know about entity attachment is, yeah, there's a lot of entities that come through, not good ones. But it doesn't mean there's not good ones, because there is. I see those because I'm not fearing. I don't fear. I'm not in fear of what's going to go on, whatever way. You know, I'm not pumping fear out as much as I do talk about little bits of stuff. I'm not. Those entities attached to people and things that are in a lower vibrating state of consciousness, in the fear mode, which is, remember when I showed the spiraling down and the spiraling up? If you're spiraling down, they love that energy. Those entities love that energy. They will feed off that and they will attach to you. So, yes. So, wrote a few notes to say who am I gonna shout out? Yes, so I'm shouting that out. So, yeah. So, also, I've just sat in the garden before I show you some cards, and I closed my eyes and I was just asking, you know, what do you want to show me? And I just got this feeling, because sometimes I see things, sometimes it's a feeling, I can't explain it, you'll know what I mean if you do this. Sometimes I see little pictures or something flashes in, yeah, low vibing, exactly. Or it's like you can feel what the message is, if you get what I'm saying. So I saw, yeah, you will start seeing flashes, John. That's how it comes in. That's how it came in for me last September. And that was the painting I drew a few months before the orbs started coming in, and I didn't know what I was painting, but you see the orbs everywhere. Not a coincidence. So I got this feeling of it. I mean, I could see a pulsating circle, and it was circles upon circles upon circles, ripples, pulsating, and it went from a sort of red to a really like this colour, very much like this colour, but it felt like these wings were going like a pulse, but like not flapping, but I don't want to say the words flapping because it sounds, but like, and it just felt like it was like peace. Hi, where we go on, we go up as a peace, healing, like wrapping the wings around the realm, and just this very gentle, because that's how it feels to me today anyway, maybe before the storm, the excitement, just very gentle, like just be gentle to yourself. Waves of energy, yeah, but they were big wings, but waves of energy, yeah, like, we know, like my birds, when they fly past me, they're only little, but when they flap their wings, because they come out in the house, they go past you, and it's like your hair will go, it's quite strong for a little bird, but this is what it felt like, even though the wings were gentle, like this motion, coming down, I'll show you exactly. So if they were angel wings, you know, this was a metaphor, they were up here, and it was just like, not like this, just very gentle. Because this is how it is going with the ripple of awakening. As we said, that's why the whole thing, the Q and the thing going on with Trump, you know, on that side releasing is, hi Robert, is the drip effect. It can't be all poof. You've got to let people have time to catch up. And that's what I don't like when other people talk about they're not, you know, other people's journeys, and oh, we've all done it. Oh, I want everyone to wake up, but it is that loving vibration of we're waiting for people to wake up. That's why it gets frustrating. We're letting them get to. I don't think they have to be at a certain point, but they're getting on it, and they are coming up with everybody else to where we all just actually come up to the same point, you know, before we go on again. Yeah, wings of love. On the wings of love. Do 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 do. That just came in. Was it that song? Don't know who that's by. And I've got a friend coming round today who loves coming to my house for the energy and that, and we'll be having a chit chat in a bit, so I better get on before she pops around. She has brought one of my necklaces. Oh, last night, just to throw out there, before I show this video, I went to bed last night and I started getting a vision coming in, and it sometimes feels a lot like I'm flying over something. And sometimes I try really, you know, I shouldn't have to try really hard, but like try to look at what it is, because it always looks like I'm going over land. And I've had it before when I've done Unbiased on the Fence and all that, and it was trees very high up, in trees, just green, green, green. This is, I can't actually remember what it is. I think it's aqua, I can't remember the name. I'll have to look it up and let you know, just because you just caught me off guard there. Because sometimes I change my jewellery around a lot. And I've just lost what this one is. I'm sure this starts with a K. I have got a book. I forget sometimes because you get so many that are similar, but it was a very aqua colour, which is quite funny because you think of the waters above, the waters below. I am a Piscean anyway, but yeah, my energy comes from the giant low tree where the lights. Yeah, so yeah, it's just amazing. I just think it's just amazing. But yeah, last night, sorry, it was like I was flying over land, but not land here. It felt like, whether you believe it is a planet, I believe in the planets, different things, realms and celestial bodies and stuff, but Mars, I just kept getting the word Mars in my head because it looked very dusty, red, dry, deserty ground, but I couldn't see much more. It was just like, I don't really know where this is. And then it sort of went off because sometimes I've got to just go with the flow and not really ask. Sometimes just like let the thoughts come in, and then I see it. It sometimes opens up more. It's like when it's like your vision goes, yeah, here, like, and when I'm just observing and not really saying much, thinking much, it opens up more. So I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but I just thought I'd chuck that out there anyway. So I did share yesterday. So like I said, we are the future. We are the future. We are the future selves looking back at the past. Future proves the past. Seeing a lot now from the past, which all makes sense now, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So I am going to talk about entities and show another Mark Atwood video. And the guy in it, I've just got hold of him today on Facebook, and I've just had a little chat behind the scenes, only on Messenger, saying, orbs are like other people's opinions. He said, yes, like it is the energies. As we know, a lot of energies are in. I know that. Loads of us know that. They are good energies. You know, there's very people who come from the very other side, and they've got dark entities attached, because all they'll ever talk about is the dark entities are attached to me, and that the orbs are dark and the devil. And it's like, yeah, I doubt it, because I don't vibe in that frequency. I don't pull that fear-mongering crap into me. And mine are very light, and the feeling of them is very, very positive. You know, if you're in fear, you're going to see other things, because I know a few people that I've met and stuff, and because of certain things, of too much of maybe some stuff, when they've spoke to me about what they've seen, even if they've been on something, sometimes they'll see very dark entities. And someone told me that once, that they saw this very dark entity, and it was really scary. And I knew this person from the way they talk and what they do, and the way they used to be quite in fear about stuff. This was a while back, that I knew that was that entity, that energy was attached to them. It wasn't because this is what's coming into the world. It does if you're all going to bring that in, and we all went in fear. That's why they, the controllers, want the whole world in fear. And I just looked at this person and went, no, that's you. From within, your demons, entities are coming from you, because you're letting this energy, entity attach to you. And I know this from myself, because quite a few years back, I was angry within myself, and it is all that thing of when you don't understand what's going on, you know, because we've innately knew there was something going on. But when you sort of, and other people don't get it, you get frustrated, you get angry. When that anger sets in and that fear mode, this is talking from experience, that's when you just start having shitty days, shitty people coming into your life, shitty experiences. This anger comes in, you don't know where it's coming from, and anything can like trigger you off, and you don't know why. And it's not people around, it's you with these attachments. But then when you realise that and you let go, that's why I said you've all got to release and let go. And I will jump into chat in a bit. Do you think it might be next level away? Yeah. I do think that as well, Effie. Just remind me, because I'll just say that in a minute. Then when you start waking up to your true self and your power, and realising it has no power over you if you raise your vibration, like in the labyrinth, because the labyrinth film, because our life is a labyrinth of which way you're going to turn. I've said this before, and she says at the end, you know, I fought my way to the Goblin Kingdom, blah blah blah, and then it's like, you have no power over me. When you realise they don't have any power over you, it's all an illusion that they do, and you are the light, and you are the force, and you are the source, then it's like bye-bye time for those entities. And the more you rise in your light and your truth and your experiences, the more they can't attach to you, because they just get burnt away. It's like, it's like, put that aura around you, shine it out very bright, your protective field, because you know your truth and your strength. That is what happens. That's how I see it. Like, you've got something coming in, it's like water hitting fire. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, well, that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, hi to everyone in chat. And Effie, you just said, do you think it might be next level awakening for you? Yes, because we're all going through it. And that's why I say people shouldn't be harming other people's awakening. Even I've seen that, you know, when we get frustrated with, we will say the muggles, we don't mean that horribly, you know, we've all been in certain situations, but we have done it. But it's just, yes, the next level. And it's not that anyone gets to a high level, because we'll just keep evolving and evolving and evolving. If we do happen to go somewhere or do something, we're just going to keep evolving. That's how we grow. And then there's going to be more beautiful things coming in. That's how I see it. Dolly embraces who she is and holds a frequency. Very hard thing to do, but Dolly does it. She's grown. Thank you, Dave. And you're all doing it as well. And that's why I say stay in a higher frequency. It's not because we don't get pulled down. Things will try to pull us down, but I believe this darkness will go into balance where it's not going to be like that. We're just going to be manifesting. We're just going to be, it's going to be totally different. That energy has been in for a very, very long time because it hypnotized the masses and to put them to sleep into knowing who they are. So it all makes sense now. When you look back and you see and you're like, oh yeah, that situation, that situation, that situation, it makes you grow. So I just love it. I don't watch Richie from Boston. I've heard about him. I've seen a few videos. I'm not saying I don't know what he's doing now, but a video I did see once, he fearmongered a lot of stuff. That's why I don't follow him. I don't follow many people who fearmonger. Even though we know there's lots of stuff going on and we know there's real stuff going on with, you know, that side of it. People who are fear-mongering are in fear, and they're the sort of people that get entities attached to them. They go into more fear, and then it fears other people when they're putting stuff out on the internet, and it can really harm people that way. I'm not saying he is, but I know a lot of people shouted out, never watched him. I think I went and checked a couple of videos and seen what he was saying, and I was just like, no. But like I say, I only resonate with the channels I resonate with, and anything else that is putting anything out there, even people in spiritual community, if they're fearing and putting stuff out, of like, oh, we've got to be doing this and we've got to be doing that, and oh, this is happening, that's happening, and it's like fear mode. That's a lower form of, that's a spiraling down. So I don't look at that. Yes, it's about being aware. So yeah, I'd not into, there's a lot of people that, there's people that I know that watch that and they put that out and they think it's and that the sort of people who are not into Q and all that and stuff. So no, I don't watch. I don't, you know, I choose who I watch, and I don't watch a lot now anyway, because once you know, once you understand what's going on, you can choose the channels you like, but you can drop a lot of stuff as well, and you're doing your inner work as well. You know, we're trying to be childlike, we're trying to be, which we've talked about, we're trying to be, you know, protecting our energy at the minute and going within, because it's autumn time and stuff like that. Scaring people, just like Alex Jones. Yeah, Alex Jones is another one. He'll put bits of truth out in stuff, and then he'll fearmonger and scream. It sends a lot of people into lower frequencies. It's not saying that he hasn't woke people up. He has. I liked him a while back, and then I found out what side he was on. So if you're shouting and screaming and fearing, even if you've got, you know, good intentions, putting people in fear is not a good idea. It's making them aware. But this is what I said with the Q. Q is a stepping stone and a tool. Yes, it's here, it's coming. That is part of the awakening. But if you stay in the rabbit holes, like a lot of people do, and I'm just using this as an example, yeah, they're all playing the part, yeah. If you stay in them rabbit holes screaming about the same things, screaming about the same, oh, we've got to like do this and we've got to like, you know, start doing this and start planting and start doing, but you're constantly in it, constantly screaming about it, and you're not actually thinking, right, well, we're aware of that and move on, then to me, you're going to stay locked in that energy, and that's what they want anyway. Same with Boris, he's meant to wake people. Yeah, with Boris, my personal opinion with Boris is, whether he's good or bad or was bad or whatever, we know Trump's in control of a lot of things. It just doesn't look like it. He has to play the game of looking like he's put people, if it all lockdown. Well, you've got to think of lockdown as in, people are going on about the military coming in at the minute. Well, the military needs to come in. But other people who don't know be screaming about it. There's certain things that have to be done, just like Trump says stuff and people don't get it and they think he's a buffoon and he's this, that and the other. Because we have to see what's going on. We have to see what they were bringing in, to see it, to know it. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't know if that makes sense to anyone. It does to me. Like I said, all will be seen anyway, because the shit's about to hit the fan in this illusional world. So it doesn't, you know, bother me. I watched a bit on TV the other day and I was just like, right, okay, right, okay. Lockdown, coming for the election, coming for the maybe the arrests and stuff. Big lockdown, making sure people are safe. You know, maybe they don't want you out at places because of what's going on, because you'll be rioting. Some people will be rioting. The people who will lose the shit will be the ones who want to riot. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, the fearmongers. So yeah, I don't know, Waterbearer, if you have watched that channel, or was that what you were thinking about, that channel you just mentioned? I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying I don't do fearmongering because it's just not where we're meant to be going. Do you know what I mean? So is that what you were thinking? Is that what he's doing, still doing? I don't know. I just know I went over once when someone said something. I was like, come away from it. You're aware of it, so you don't have to keep screaming about it. Remember what Q said, those that shout the loudest, the ones that keep you in the cycle. Washing machine, round and round, ping pong, ping pong. You know them ping pong people that I talk about? Ping pong. I stopped watching lots of different channels for the same reasons and not resonating. Exactly, and that's what you need to do. You know, we might resonate with different people, but I know most people in chat sort of resonate with the same. But that's what you do. You leave what doesn't resonate. It doesn't mean the person is bad. Everyone's going through the awakening. Some people get caught up in the energies and they stay there because they don't realise what that energy is. And as we're going into energies, we're going to play the video. So I'd actually love to go on this guy's show and have a chat with him and some great people he's got on there. But we're going to go back over to the lovely... let me find it. Where's that gone? Mark Atwood. Because we like to share, and you know, most people share the same things because we're all in the same thing. You know, we know what's going on with energy. So we're going to sit and listen to this because this is, like I said, people have got to wise up to what's going on with energies. This is why you don't speak directly to me, haha. Ooh, me? What do you mean? You try to read my energy levels. You can't know why I'm not energy. I'm matter and light. It's like when I get comments sometimes, and you don't even have to, you know, you see it and you can read the code of it, and you're just like, I don't mean you, you're just like, not good energy. Do you know what I mean? When you get those in after. That never come on and say anything. Same with Facebook, it's really showing people for what they really are. It is, and this is a time, just before I show this video, we know this is at a time that it's going to show where people stand. It's going to show the true colours of everybody. And that's why, you know, this energy, I feel quite calm today. It feels very serene today. Very, very serene. Getting ready for tomorrow. Whoop. So, yeah. According to Flatten the Curve, a well-known psychic with 100% accuracy to date, JFK Jr. will become Vice President. Well, we've said that. Yeah, that thing that you've just said there, I think there's something in it with the whole, I know it might sound after people, Michael Jackson and Diana. When you think of Diana, Diana was a goddess, as in esoteric, and Michael Jackson was definitely a starseed. I do think, you know, there's a lot of people that think this out there. Even if people think it's not true, it doesn't really matter. Because even if it was the energies of them, they're still about. But I do actually believe they're not dead. I mean, Diana, under a bridge where no one could see, she knew what was going on. She also knew Trump, and she also knew JFK Jr. because they used to say that they had a thing for each other. That's the media, though. Yeah, all alive, exactly. I do believe that was part of the plan as well. People can laugh. In the end, we'll see. You know, if it is or it isn't, it's the energy. But I do believe, definitely JFK Jr. A lot of us seen him, but I do think that, and they did all that stuff on Michael Jackson, because he was a starseed and what he was putting out to bring that energy down. So even people who really loved him went off him and were like, oh, he's this, that, and the other. I never, ever once believed in that crap, ever. And if you look at the little sign of Never Never Land, with the child sat on the side. Bit of a queue, isn't it? But we'll see. Like I said, the last one will be magical. The best is yet to come. Miss, the energy goes up and down. We will tap into this energy realm until we transfer over. We are transferring over. This is the shift. The force is the form of the unseen. Yes, it is. It manifests itself into flesh. I'm different. I'm not everyone else. That is what's happening. This is the great shift, and it's very multi-layered. I keep popping on just to see where he is at, and he's still he's still rinsing and repeating the same old mantras. Who's that? Who is? Who are you watching? Do you mean who you were saying before? Right, I'm going to play this video now. So, we're going to go over to, and if you know his channel, great. And if you've just come across him like I did, 1.7k views, 17, and then 177. And I went in, my comments there from before, and I went in, not at, but at the 33 comments. Makes me laugh. JFK Jr., Bobby Kennedy, Michael Jackson, Diana, Freddie Mercury. Well, you know, I don't say too much. I just think we'll all see. You know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be good. Whatever. Adventures in a meat suit. Oh yeah, Adventures in a meat suit. Yeah. It's you know, I've just come across his channel, so I'm seeing where he's at, and it's beautiful. And this is what I say, because everyone's on that journey. And when you see everyone getting on the journey, that means the whole world's waking up. It doesn't matter where they're at, or like I said, when you woke up, if it was yesterday, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 12 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever, it's happening. And it's about to get even to the pinnacle point. So this was about, and I know a lot of you know, but we need to repeat things sometimes so people are remembering what's going on right now, because sometimes we forget and these energies come in and, you know, we're blaming it on other people and saying this, that and the other, when really it's because, like I said, if you're vibing lower, they're going to come in. So this is Dynamic Possession, the Great Awakening and the Golden Age, with, I think it's Leo, is it Leo who I spoke text today, and he got back to me, so that was really nice. Don't know if he's watching, but thank you. So let's go there.
Got rid of stuff, and it was just an extraordinary experience. And then I think I mentioned the fact that a medium.
We're all doing it.
Okay, well,
Ripple effect.
Recording now. It's Mark Atwood here, Mark Atwood Show, Adventures in a Meat Suit. Today I'm joined by Leo Barnes. Hello, Leo.
Hi there. How's it going, Mark?
Good, very well, thank you.
Before it starts, I'll tell you the cards that came out this morning. And then I've got cards for the end. So, make sure these were the right ones. So, I was sat in the garden, you know, feeling into the energies, calm, serene, still, just vibrant, right? This is the first one that came out. And look at the top with the lady with the compass. I'd say moral compass, because this is where we're going. Moral compass, like you just said before, people are being shown for what they are, and what they stand for. So we've got the woman here, the traveller. We're all traveling because we're all on a journey. It says move in a new direction. We are moving to a new direction. We are moving in new energies. We are moving to it's a shift, a new earth, whatever you want to call it. So this is a beautiful card. She's got a smile on her face of like knowingness. You know, we're not fighting anymore. We're following our moral compass. This is what we're here to do. Moral compass, traveller, move in a new direction. We are releasing all the old fears, programming, ancestral stuff, everything. Beautiful card. And that's just a face of like, can I do this face? I don't know. It's just a bit like, a bit serene. She looks a bit like me, actually, do you think? But she hasn't got dreads in. So, and then we got this in again, and this one fell out on the floor, and I loved it because I'm a Pisces. I swim in all the waters, which is really weird because water's always been a thing for me of a 33 in. deep water. That's just weird. So yeah, deep water. So it says water guardian. Well, I think of that when the orbs come in because, you know, water's above, water's below. This water we breathe in and out, that's not dense, small particles, tiny particles. Water guardian, connect with your emotions. I say with the feeling of love and what you want to put out and your intentions. But it is blue. She's got scales, so it is fishy, even though she's got wings. And I said about the wings before. Water's above, water's below. She's got pearls on her, so yeah, she did, didn't she? So there's that one. Yeah, sort of. Nose, mouth, sort of. Pearls of wisdom, exactly. You'll see what you see in the cards. They are beautiful cards, these, and they're not, you know, they're quite simple. The stars are in the background as well. So, and blue to me is a very calming colour, and that's why it's connect with your emotions, because it's water. You know, we get calm water, you know, erratic water. I am a Piscean. I've always struggled with my emotions. And then, you know, when we come into with our emotions and what we're going through now, like I've been saying with the messages of nature, with releasing and letting go and retreating and resting, especially what's coming in with the whole autumn time going into winter, the hermit. Well, we're all the hermit at the minute because we're all in so-called lockdown. That isn't lockdown because you're not actually locked down. No one stood at your door with a guard in your door with a gun telling you can't go out. That's just a mindset. That's what they want you in. You can see the geometric patterns behind. Never get that word right. Hermit, retreat and recharge. This is what I've been saying. Retreat and recharge. And you see the mudra down here, but they do this. Everyone freaks out. It's a mudra. It's a mudra. You connect to your different elements. It's a mudra. But yes, third eye, going in, asking, receiving. That's what we should be doing. You can be walking in meditation. You don't actually have to be, you know, some of the new ways are not going to be the old ways, but they're all sort of mixed up. But see, so that was a message today, especially with what's coming. Reserve your energies, people, because like I said, let's listen to this now about the energy. Yeah, water, yeah.
Just after, I have to squeeze these in between work and kids, so it's kind of lunchtime here. And Leo and
I share stuff because even off of the channels and stuff, as you know, because it's about getting people to remember. And I know there's a lot of new people in my chat who are just beginning to wake up as well, who might not have heard this stuff before. So it's not because I don't understand it or I don't know it. You've got to keep sharing, even if we're repeating, because that's what's going on for the people. So when I said about the seeds growing before and the flowers, some come up, do their job, they go down. They let the new ones come up. And then they do their job and then they go down. And that's how it goes on to help those. That's the domino effect.
About 2
Ripple
weeks
effect.
Ago, after I did
and Effie's put Mark Atwood show into chat, so there you go.
One thing you picked up on in particular, wasn't there?
Yes, what you were talking about, I think you entities and energy and spirit and stuff like that. The moment I heard you sort of talking along the lines of, I'd had this experience with this dark shadow that looked like it had horns and things like that, and I thought, hang on a minute, this guy is, you know, he's definitely onto something here, because I'd also experienced, you know, very similar things, and more than.
And people experience different things. He does go on about psychedelics and all that, and you know, we all know you can experience that if you have, you know, done that yourself. We all know that. I don't actually particularly think. We know plant medicine's good. I don't actually particularly think you have to. I think it helps a lot of people when they're trying to release, when they can't naturally do it, and there's really deep-seated entities per se, but it does help.
Experienced, I think, with the nature of the work I do in the healing and stuff, I can help people.
And I do think that might come in for people who are so rooted in the material world, as in the 3D, as in they just can't see. You know, I'll talk about stuff, and I've been like that since I've been a kid, and it's like, oh yeah, and they're like, what are you talking about? But if they went and did that, they would see. A lot of people fear, like he'll tell you in this, because, you know, they'll see certain things and it does awaken them, it does crack them open, but they'll also see their fears, which some people, when they've done certain stuff, even ayahuasca and all that, they'll they'll fear it thinking it's dynamic, which in a sense, yeah, it is, but it's within you as well, but it's the release of letting that go. So it's bringing it all up, which is what is happening in the 3D now. It all has to be unearthed. We can't, I keep saying this, we cannot go to a new earth, a new way, whatever you want to call it, with what we're bringing in, this consciousness now, without releasing it all in the world, I call the world of what they project, that has to be unearthed, and all within yourself. It doesn't work to go to a new earth if you've still got crap within you, and the crap that, I know you'll understand what I'm saying. Right, why is Pope, what are you going on about? How many words of energy you heard from me in the truth and light towards you, but I've been truthful about? Is this really Pope, or is it someone come under? Because I've watched a lot of people's channels been coming up under some other people. So is that really Pope, or is someone pretending to be? Because I've had this with a few people. Someone's been in my chat pretending to be Asha, is it Asha? I can never get the name right. Star Goddess, and it wasn't her. I've had a lot of people coming in pretending to be other people. When they start putting these silly little comments in, that doesn't normally sound what you normally say. So that doesn't actually sound like you. It's funny that entities attaching, or are people showing the true colours, because that doesn't actually sound like you. Because listen to that. How many words of energy heard from me? Have you heard from me in the truth and light towards you? I've been truthful about you and spoke from truth. The spirit is willing, the flesh is... What? Anyway, let's not get distracted. Yeah, the deeper stuff might need a hand to release using... Yeah, it does need a helping hand using medicine plants because, yeah, exactly. Oh, say hi to Jenna M. I'm new. What are you guys talking about? Energy. So let's just see. Yeah, so I don't actually know if that's the real Pope in there or not. If it is, I've no clue what you're going on about. And if it isn't, well, let's listen to the entities.
Sort of rectify and get rid of these things.
Well, yeah, that was
Welcome, Jenna, guys.
very interesting to me because I didn't expect to talk about that stuff at the time.
No.
Because this chat is good, and if that person isn't that person, I've been clicking onto people lately who are coming in with the wrong energy, or someone's using their using their what you call it, profile or whatever. So, seeing people now.
That stuff has been at the forefront of my mind, especially over the last few years, where it was very, very clear that.
Yes, John, but sometimes it needs to be outed, as in the fact that they've been seen. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, exactly. But this is just that it's quite funny when you're talking about this. So let's see.
There were some really dark entities that I had to get rid of, and I think I mentioned the healers just appeared out of nowhere.
I'm just going to play this. I'm not going to get distracted by chat because this is also that thing. So if anyone's asking questions, if anyone in chat, you've got everyone in chat and you're all great, you can let Jenna know what we're talking about, and welcome, Jenna. So
and got rid of stuff, and it was just an extraordinary experience. And then I think I mentioned the fact that a spirit through me.
Also remember to resub because you might have been unsub. Just check, because I'm watching the numbers and they're not making sense at the minute. Yeah, let's have a timeout. No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, there's disappeared at the minute. So we'll just see. We'll just see.
You asked me if I wanted to be an exorcist, so. And then it turns out that you're an exorcist, basically. So that's why I thought we'd get you on the show. So
Yeah, same.
talk about this lovely subject that people probably.
Right, 1 minute. Just got to check my phone. So yeah, Jenna, we're talking about energies and entities that can attach to you in these times that are going on. If anyone's new and they're not into Trump and Q, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's many different layers. Just saying, 33's in chat. It's and 16, which is 7. It's just about raising vibrations. That's basically what we're talking about. Hang on 1 minute. Sorry about that again. Post. My fella's just texted me. He's like, have you got all your Trump banners out? He's not into Trump, not yet. He's like, have you got all your... He's not bothered, like, but he's like, have you got all your Trump banners out, your window and all that? I went, no, not yet. I'll be wearing that tomorrow. I'll be wearing that tomorrow. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I'm just like getting distracted now by my post. I've just got some Christmas bits in for Christmas jewellery. Christmas jewellery, oh cool. I was just moderating for a tarot channel. Oh good, I've just shown me tarots. Yeah, I've got, oh that's good. I've got that to share with the people. And I've just been waiting for, oh brilliant, yes. All my stuff's coming to, that's good. Right, so yes, right, let's get into the video. Oh, let's get into the video. I'm going to do my starseed at the end. Funny how Pope's gone quiet, isn't it? Very strange. Right.
Yeah, so talk about this lovely subject that people probably. I just had a friend come round earlier. She said, "How are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going to be talking about entity possession in about 20 minutes." She went, "What's that?" So I know some people. You know, like, hopefully this conversation will reach people who don't know what it is. So let's go back in time then and talk about.
Lois, you've just been gifted something.
As a child, because I know that that's where it starts with you, isn't it?
Water
Yes,
bearer.
well, I kind of come into enlightenment really sort of more so probably in my late 20s, early 30s, but I always had sort of weird experiences as a child. I found that like a lot of the time I'd always have this like a kind of voice sort of talk to me. I didn't know where it came from, had no idea what it was, those sorts of things I think, and obviously up to sort of speed now, I kind of say it could have been a spirit guide, it could have been a spirit. I wasn't sure what it was. But it was, as I said, it wasn't until that opened the floodgates for me was a psychedelic experience, basically.
Bye, Robert.
Had a magic mushroom experience, pretty much.
So he's going to talk about his mushrooms and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people know, but I just want to say to Effie, I hope your roller coaster's been a good roller coaster, because we're all on a roller coaster of ups and downs like the sine wave, but we know it's going to be good.
Indeed on them, for a better word. That was pretty much the ego death kind of situation. And I think from then on, it really opened up, and all those abilities, the psychic abilities, so to speak. And from then on, I found that I was sort of thinking, okay, I'm getting all these.
Thank you, Jenna.
A radio antenna now. I'm picking up all these different frequencies and different things, and I was like, can I do this with inside myself? Can I go in and sort of see if there's anything with me? So, which is what I done. I sort of thought, right, okay, I'm going to ask
like
questions,
channels.
and I sort of said, hi there. You know, is there anything with me that shouldn't be? And it was a bit quiet, and then suddenly I got a response saying, yes, there is something with you, Leowen. But okay, what's your name? And this gentleman or energy or whatever it was said to me, Leowen, hi, I'm John. And I said, okay, hello there, John.
Yes,
I said,
Effie.
how long have you been with me for? And his response was, I've been with you since you were 10 years old. And I thought, okay, that's quite interesting. And I said, what is the purpose of you being with me? And he replied, or this was within myself at the time.
Yes, Water bearer.
I like you, Leona, because I like your light and I like your energy. And I said, okay, so you're not supposed to be with me then? And he said, no, I just like being with you. And I said, well, unfortunately, buddy, you know, you've been taking a joyride with me for the last 20 years, and it's time for you to you know, to go, sort of thing. And he was like, oh no, he was pleading with me. I don't want to go. I really want to stay with you, Leo. Like, I'll do anything. I'll help.
Just want to say you've been given, there's 2 wrenches been given out, and when you have a wrench, it means you can put links in, and you can get rid of people, put them in timeout, get rid of them. But don't jump the gun first when people come in. Just see, you know, just see what's happening and stuff like that. But yeah.
you, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I was said like, sorry, I can't have it, you know. So basically, I asked within inside myself, I said, right, now this is the time. I no longer want you with me. I want this to be removed, and I want you to go. And I'm going to send you to the light.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said. Pope might have been hijacked or playing. I don't know. But that's just what came in before, and I can sense when things are going on, so.
Where you're supposed to go. So I've obviously done a bit of research.
But I've noticed it, you know what I mean?
Light and the creator or the God source or anything, you know, what you want to call it. So I'd done this, and then suddenly, within my mind's eye, I just see him get sucked out of me and then straight to the light, and then he's gone. But the weird thing is, Mark, I had, after I'd experienced that, I didn't realise how much my energy was so codependent on this other entity being with me. I actually no longer knew who I was or felt.
Oh, that's really interesting, yeah.
So, you know, and then I thought, okay, right, we'll see, you know, where this goes. And after a couple of days, my energy sort of balanced off, and that was that. And obviously I started to meddle with the idea.
The reason why I'll be giving more mods is because I think over the next days, weeks, months, when I'm coming on, you know, even though they're going to be going anyway, like we've seen in the past week or so with what's going on, more people come in to attack, do you know what I mean? So, seeing it's still at 33. So, you know, when I've seen people who come in, no matter if you've been here long, and I see the essence of their frequency, I know who to give the mods to. Mods can be taken off as well, but at this time, don't be too quick to jump the gun. If someone does come in looking troll, just let them show themselves, and if they are, you can do it. Normally I'll shout taxi. I think we should have an eject button now for being a stealth, so it's not taxi anymore. We have evolved to stealth, and it's eject. So when I shout eject, you know, if someone's coming in a bit and I'm just like, it's okay, eject means eject that seat. Stealth.
There was energy and spirit coming through left, right, and centre, especially when I was asleep. They would bug me and annoy me. And then I thought, okay, all right. And there was one gentleman who I used to work with.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Do you? What, even now you still get the old?
Well.
Yeah, and some moderators in other people's chats they can be quite nasty. So I know my moderators are good, and they will try and talk to people. Some get trigger happy sometimes. That just happens. I've even tapped on people's to scroll down and tapped them off and blocked them by accident. So some do get trigger happy. It depends what's happening, because sometimes we can sense it's other people from other places. But give people a chance in the time what's going on. Unless they're being really, really offensive, get rid of them. But apart from that, yeah, some moderators are like that. But we're, you know. Anyway, we're gonna listen.
I had an unbelievable pineal gland thing, like a moving.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether this. I mean, I'm only bringing this up because it's the forefront of my mind.
And this is good for people to go on about pineal gland again, if this is how you get it in, because it's how I get it in. And some people will say this and some people say that. But like I said, we have to share because we care, and, you know, to helping the ones that are just waking up. And Pope, if that is what happened, if that's what I was talking about at the beginning, that's why I said you don't normally talk like that. But, you know, there you go. So we'll see.
It was like, I lay down and I closed my eyes and I literally asked, okay, what have you got to show?
No, I wasn't talking about the Pope.
And then suddenly...
Sorry, I just thought because Jelly72 went, he's shining his red shoes, and I thought, ooh. And then I thought you meant, because I call him the Pope of the M1. Yeah, we know about the real Pope. I didn't mean the real Pope. He's gone down anyway. But yeah, I saw what you said then. I knew what you were saying. We know what that club's all about.
Sometimes it doesn't work at all. And it has, you know, the last few weeks has not been very active at all. But last night, it was such a hyper-real movie. And it was this huge fire in a building that was through a glass window. And people started jumping out of the windows. And I was trying to get to them to rescue them. And then I was like, I can't cope with this. I had to get out of it. And this was on a day where I'd had a flat tyre. The computer didn't work.
He's just reminded me, when I went to bed last night as well, there was something that I saw about family. I was having a dream about family or families. So I don't know if it's a family energy coming in. Families, because we're all coming together, and it's very important. It's something to do with family. I can't remember. I just remember people, and even in one of the orbs that I showed, because I've got pictures as well, last night, it looked, in the centre, looked like people, soul fam. And I'm just gonna, because that's just come in now, I'm gonna show you these pictures, because I will download them to my community page so you can see them. I managed to screenshot the energies, so I'll just show you quickly of what I got. They were really good. For the naysayers out there, you know, we got this one was coming in, and then I was just catching it at different and you can see the patterns within. It's here now, it's moved over, it's up here, and then here, and then here, see it? And funnily enough, the colour that it is on there, it's a bit purpley, a bit yellowy. It looks a bit like this colour. And then it's probably not coming across clear on camera. You can see through it because you can see my wardrobe. Coming in pretty fast up there. And then the big one I got was this. I don't know if you can see. It's got patterns around. It's not picking up properly, but I tried to take a massive, you see you won't be able to see what I can see, but massive. I will put these in my community page after, so you can have a really good look at them. But you see that? And this is the one where I didn't notice actually there's colour around there. Now I'm looking at it, and it's that bluey lilac white, and I can see what I see in the middle of it, of what I can make out. It looks like somebody giving something to young children or something like that to me. But you won't be able, I don't think you'll be able to see. Obviously the light's bouncing off here, but just wanted to show you that as we're going along, because this is all about energy. So, you know, just want to show you that. Yeah, exactly. So it's all beautiful. It's all beautiful. So let's carry on.
Yeah, like jumping out of the windows, and I was trying to get to them to rescue them, and then I was like, I can't cope with this. I had to get out of it. And this was on a day where I'd had a flat tire.
Yes, do, John.
The computer didn't work. The computer was going slow. The phone didn't work. There were I had gremlins on the interview yesterday. It was just like one of those, and then of course the Schumann resonance has flatlined in the last day or two, and then I just got a message from David I spoke to yesterday saying that this explains the gremlins, which is like this solar flares coming. Now, I'm only bringing that up, because I think it is all...
Right, I just want to say, you'll have to go, Pope, because it's obviously not you. You know, it's someone moaning about being attacked again. People act like victims. That's a fear mode. It sounds like something off the other side of those people that have been coming in lately. So, you know, if you think you're being attacked, then don't bother coming in, because that doesn't sound like you when you've been in before. Like I said, there's a lot of people. It's just funny how this happens when you're talking about energies, and this isn't me giving them attention. This is just saying this is what happens. And you do get people who go around taking people's accounts, and then you could get people going in, oh yes, 1 minute they're saying it's not them, then they say, and then they act like they just did before. This is what happens. But I do know there's a few people that go around doing this, because like I said, if you know Ash, is it Asher? I can't remember what name is, Star Goddess. Someone's been portraying to be her and coming over here and commenting it's not her, because you go into the videos and you see there's another guy in America that stalks me all the time and puts up different. So I know these energies are coming in, and that's how you sense people. You can sense people's frequencies, and you know it's not them. So, or if they think they're being attacked, they're not being attacked in here. Entities are attaching to them if they've all of a sudden look like they're saying something different. If it is them, this is what's happening right now with all these energies. So as soon as I saw that, I can sense people in the comments when they comment after. You can tell the frequency. And this is what it's all about with people. It's not on the outside what they look like. You can sense the frequencies. So just saying, so isn't that funny how that sort of stuff happens when you're talking about, entity attachments? So let's carry on and get through this video.
Connected, but you might have a different take on that.
I've noticed over the last few years, it has been going through
Sounds
waves.
like a person I know called Mark or
different for all
somebody.
of us,
Just
because
like...
the Earth itself and the
Hi,
energy, the
Sue.
frequency is definitely changing.
Yeah, they
It
do.
has changed dramatically, and I think like probably quite a few of your followers and stuff, I think the end of 2012 I was like, I remember saying to my close friends, I said, right, guys, it's been nice knowing you. I'm ascending to the next level, you know, I'm now going, see you later, guys. And then sort of the weird thing is not a lot really sort of happened, so to speak, but even though I didn't sort of go into the Never Never Land, I found that there was a massive transition that did actually take place within inside of me. And then that's when I had a very weird experience where I was like, I felt like not very well, to the point where I was hallucinating. There was some weird stuff going on. And then I remember, when I woke out of this sort of slumber, I found that I'd actually had some sort of bodily fluids from me taken. And I was getting vivid flashbacks of things, and I was thinking, whoa, I don't like this. I don't know what's going on here. There's something weird that's been going on while I've been asleep. So I've sort of done some investigative work into that, and
Just butting in again. Like I said, this picture I did the other day, and I wrote underneath it, mastering our human self with our multi-dimensional self, balance. It's all about the balance. All about the balance.
you know, we're we're going off world kind of ETs or extraterrestrials, whatever they were non-human biological entities, you know, from what I can gather. And the feeling, and that's because
There's a lot of breakups going on, Jenna, and sometimes it's a good thing. It may look like a bad thing. It may be not the person that needs to go with you into the new energies that are going on, because some people, sometimes you buffer against people and it's not good, you know, and then when you begin to focus on you, the right people come in. So it might be just because the universe knows that that's not the right person for you. You've always got to see the silver lining. Thank you.
An empath, probably like yourself, you know, you feel things, and those feelings, they can give you a direct dial into what something is real or what something is not. It's almost if like
right, just before
the bullshit detector, so to speak.
Bullshit
you'll
detector.
know whether something's genuine. So having those kind of experiences was very strange at that sort of time. But sort of getting off on a tangent there. But
Right, let's get back to entities.
It's like now when I know I'm talking the truth with me, I get a lot of tingles in my fingers, tingles in my head and stuff like that. That's very strong now.
Get back to entities, right?
They're attacking you. They come to you in the night and they bother you at night.
100%. I think, and they have came in waves. They definitely come in waves. From my experience, I found that I've cleared through the healing work and stuff. A lot of my spiritual guide, bless his heart, he's not with me anymore. He's on to somebody else and helping someone else now. There's one of my spiritual guides was called Elias, and he was with me a lot. It was like a father figure. But since that sort of psychedelic experience, I really had this open communication. I could speak to him like I'm speaking to you, you know, now. You know, it was just amazing. And he told me so much. He really made me understand about the world around us, about how, like, literally, you know, 99.something% of all around us is you can't see, Leo, and you know, and you're not dialed into those frequencies and these entities.
And this is what I always say, as we say, you know, there's a lot of people on channel 1 and then we're on channel 3, a metaphor, as in they don't tune into the frequencies. They say, oh, it's not real. It's like, yeah, but it is real. You're just not tuned into it. There are energies around us that people can't see. You can detect them, you can feel them. It's more coming in now for people. The more you tune into them, the more it comes online. You come online within yourself. So, you know, this is what people are seeing. This is why people get called mad and woo-woo and everything, because they're like, I don't see what you see. No, because you're not tuned into it.
They run everywhere. And some of these entities I found, you do draw them in through, I don't want to use the word law of attraction, but for example, I'll give an example. If you had a really bad, say, drug addiction of some sort, that within your energy would open up holes, vortexes, and then you would be drawing in some sort of...
See, he just said, because I was going to come on tonight and talk about addictions and stuff, he just said there, but I'll just say a little bit about, you can, just let me go back, because probably just...
Entity with that, and you do draw them in through about how, like, literally, 99 point something percent of all around us is you can't see, Leo, and you're not dialed into those frequencies, and these entities, they run everywhere. And some of these entities I found
All about.
you do draw them in through I don't want to say use the word law of attraction, but for example, I'll give an example.
You
if
can.
you had a really bad, say, drug addiction of some sort, that within your energy would open up holes.
Yeah, if you've had that sort of, a drug addiction or something like that, any big addiction that's quite, had a grip on you, like he said, it can open portals. It like opens gaps up for those entities to get in, and then they feed off that energy. They drag you down, and so that's why you've got to be very, very careful.
Vortexes, and then you would be drawing in some sort of entity. Would that be on a similar wavelength of yourself, which they would then come in, and then suddenly
it can come through many different things. Alcohol, drugs, when it's abused too much, even sex, stuff like that. That's all addiction. That's what we're talking about tonight. Things that can come in through, so that they're like the portholes of fear, and anger, and addiction, as in a bad, where you're trying to cover something up because you're not really dealing with what lies beneath, brings all that in. I've seen this with many people I've known recently or in the past, younger, watch things go on with people that have done certain things, and it's not ended up good in some situations. Some people sort themselves out and then they realise, and then that's how those energies lift off people, and they don't need those substances, as I'll be talking about tonight, to try and bring themselves up in higher frequency, because they're actually dealing with the underlying problems that have been lurking, and that sort of stuff covers stuff up. Some stuff opens stuff up to release, so it's one of them.
Almost enhance the horrible kind of thing that you could be experiencing, which I found that to be quite dominant throughout my whole life. Like, and with the work in the healing work that I've sort of done over the last few years, it was crazy. I was getting to the point where I was walking past.
Hang on 1 minute.
I could see people's energy, and I could.
Hang on 1 minute. 1 minute. Right. Woo. I'm just keeping my eye on something in chat, and I just had to check on something, and I'll check after. Something looks a bit familiar, but we'll see what happens. I'm watching.
It was crazy. I was getting to the point where I was walking past people, and I could see people's energy, and I could they're screaming out to me saying, "Please help me! Please help me! Please help me!" And I could almost see like another. It was like an invisible head of a particular person would just turn around and look at me and go, "You can see me, can't you? You know that I'm here. I need your help, Leon. I need your help." And I'm like, whoa, oh, hang on, this is too much. And it got like that really frequently. So, and one of the best stories that I got, that I experienced, there was an old neighbour. She was on, I think she had some sort of, she had some sort of psychiatric help and need, and she was on all these drugs for hearing voices and things like that. And it really messed her life up, and she didn't understand where these were coming. They were telling her to do silly things, jump off a bridge, those kind of nasty.
And you get this in with attachments. Like I said, if you're lower vibing, sometimes people get these thoughts and things, and like I said, they blame other people and think it's, something's told them this. That's because that's that low energy feeding into people's minds.
Horrible entities and things, and And I said to her one day, I said, look, you know, if you fancy it one time, I do this thing called healing, and basically I may be able to help you. She said, yeah, Leo, and that'd be great, you know. So I said, right, if you don't mind being my guinea pig, let's do it. And I removed 7 entities from her, and these entities, there was a couple of them that were quite vicious. They were quite strong, and I needed my spirit team or guardian angels or whatever you want to call it. I had them really close by, and they were really, you know, that was like, it was like good against evil. It was like there was a fight going on, and they literally
Spiritual war that we're in.
came in on a horse, you know, literally tied this thing up and pulled it away, and then just ran into the light with it and had taken it away. And I could see all this all unraveling in my mind, and I'm like, whoa, this is the feelings that it was giving me. But these entities,
Thank you, Waterbearer.
They were very, very unhappy that I'd A, busted them, and B, that I managed to remove them.
Well,
that was really, you know, that was really strong. But the lady herself, she came off all her drugs that she was, you know, psychotic drugs that she was taking. And now, from what I can believe, she moved out. She went to a different place. She's doing her dream job that she wanted to become a carer of some sort. And funny enough, I've not heard nothing from her now. So I believe, you know, that she's okay. But at the time, I did ask her. I said, "Oh, how's things?" She said, "Leo," and she goes, "I feel strange." I said, "Well, what do you mean you feel strange?" She says, I feel quiet.
This is why when you are around certain people, and I've said be careful who you hold your circle with of friends and so on and so forth. If you're attaching yourself in a group that are coming from a lower state of consciousness and, you know, vibrating at a lower energy, which open up to lower energies and entities, you stay in that energetic circle of people, you too will get those energies attached to you because it'll be their thoughts and so on and so on. That's how it all happens, and that's why them sort of people run in the same circles and they all stick together like that, because you just become lower with other people. That's why, you know, sometimes when you try and walk away from people that you don't resonate with anymore because you know it's not for you, that's when they try and attack you, and that's when they try and call you out, and that's when they, you know, this can be at any age, you know, or they want to start calling you, know, oh, you've changed, this, that, and the other, because they want to do it but they don't know how to do it. JG, that's, you know, that's what they do. They see someone rising and they're like, oh my God, so they go on the attack mode, because it's like, oh, they don't want us anymore. They don't need us anymore, because that's a trait of narcissistic as well. And they always want someone to need them, because really it's because they need love. So, you know, it's all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you can be affected by the Klingons. Yeah, Star Trek, that just made me laugh then. Klingons, that's what Klingons are. I don't mean them, you could call them Klingons. Klingon of energy, they attach to you. So you've got to be very careful. That's why I say you've got to release now what doesn't help you or make you happy, or people dragging your energy down. And that's what you should be doing, releasing, letting go of. Maybe then people will come back round at some point when they get on their path and they start doing the work, and then they'll understand and they'll come back, if you know. So that's what people have got to realise.
And I said, yeah, because that's how you're supposed to feel, you know. And
yes,
and then I think one of the biggest questions is, Mark, is where do these entities come from and why?
Well, I'd like to get into that, but you brought up so many things there that I think we just need to just touch on a few of those things before we move on to that. So just hold that thought about where and why. The first thing that you said that I thought was really interesting is this fact that, and I think it is a fact, that there are things going on all around us that we can't see. Now, personally, I first realised that in my physics.
And that's why I show the orbs. You know, people talk about physics and they talk about, you know, they talk about manifesting magic. Magic is science, but we call it magic with a K. That's what the Egyptians knew. They'll say now, oh yeah, it was magic. Well, it wasn't. It was science, but people think it's magic because you can you can transmute energies, you can mold it, you can transform it, all that sort of stuff. You know, it's alchemy. But they knew then. They tried to cover that up from us, say, oh yeah, it's magic. So people fear magic because they think it's something evil. Magic is science, but when we've got the false scientists not putting the right stuff out or not releasing the right stuff. That's where, you know, people get confused in that pseudoscience and stuff like that. When the sciences come together with the non-physical realm, which is what's happening, that's still another version of the thinning of the veils, of the realms coming together, of the left and right, the masculine and feminine, the physical and non-physical. That's what it is. So when people go on about quantum physics, this, that, and the other, I don't look into all that because I don't understand the words, but I understand it in a different way of knowing. It doesn't matter. It's still all the same thing.
Class at school, when they were talking about, here's the light spectrum and here's visible light.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I remember
Visible lights, you know, that's why I show the orbs, that's why I film them, that's why I believe they come in and I can film them and show you. And just like Lois said, it's a hard thing to figure out what energies are truly ours, what belongs to others. I'm trying to center myself. That's what I mean. That's why you have to ground more and earth more and really pull into that, knowing what is you, because there's lots of people's thoughts going around at the minute and other people's energies, and it's a big soup. And that's why you've just got to ping them off, you know. That isn't my thought. That is what's happening. And that's why I say with that person came in front, you can tell because it's a feeling. It's somebody's frequency. You know, it's not yours when you think, well, that's not me. That's someone else's frequency. And just flick it out like, no, you know, that thought isn't me. So, you know, it's like I said, you could have, is it a doppelganger of me? Two of me, one evil, one bad, let's say. You would know which one I am. By probably asking a few questions, how I would react in the frequency and how I would react, my signature frequency, my blueprint. Everyone has their own blueprint frequency. So, you know.
and them go, well, what about the rest of it?
We're always
rest
working on
of it?
ourselves, yeah.
They were like, oh, no, don't worry about that. and then I actually walked out of my physics A-level class because I did a talk on the fact that they taught us that light travels in straight lines, right? But then in the A-level,
No, it
in the
doesn't.
O-level, and in the A-level, they taught us that it doesn't, it travels in waves. And I did a sort of thesis about this, and then the teacher basically looked at the book and said, no, it's not in the book. I can't give you and I just went, piss off. I walked out and I gave up physics and realised what a load of bollocks we were being taught at school. So that, and I think David Icke definitely talks about that as well, the visible light spectrum, there's all this stuff and tuning into it. You know, and the people that I've met over the last half century that can see auras, living in Ireland, I've met loads of people who see the little bit.
Yeah, always trust your gut.
Yes.
Always trust your gut, because that's your solar plex. Always trust your gut, that tells you. You can feel it through your heart as well, and your mind processes it like an organic computer, as a lot of us know. There's like mind and heart coherence. You know, you can put out through your heart. You can feel it here. You can put it out through your heart. You can sense it, and your mind processes it. It's not. That's why we say it's not what comes into your mind all the time. The thoughts, because thoughts can be other people.
Right? They see them. Right? The fairy.
Yes, they are very real.
Thank you, Jenna.
I'm getting,
Have a nice
The
sleep
African
from New
realm,
York.
is obviously runs. It coincides with our current realm, and they are goosebumps. Yeah, that's resonance of truth.
Well,
Yeah, when you get
all this
goosebumps, it's resonance of truth. Also, you can get, I get tingles in the fingers and the top of the head. I get little, like, electrical currents coming through my fingers.
There were loads of spirits around you, but yeah.
Yes, there was.
This is what we're going to talk about, and I'm feeling them now.
Yeah.
I mean,
They've been waiting. I think they've been waiting for this call, Mark. I think the energy has been waiting for this call, definitely.
well, you know, there's things like the East Seti Ranch. I don't know if you've heard of that in the States, where people see little gnomes, little guys with red hats running around.
Yeah.
And you know, and I've just been fascinated by this my whole life. And I'm not saying that I see fairies and I see gnomes, and
I have seen such things with my mind's eye. I've seen,
but I do.
Yeah.
I do see a lot of things. And the other thing I was going to say that you brought, so there's a couple of things before we move on to where and why and everything else. But
Sorry, I'm just drawing while I'm
mentioned,
listening.
mushrooms. Now, I want to talk about mushrooms briefly because before this satanic cult took over the world, via religion and everything else, where it literally murdered everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it destroyed indigenous populations, it birthed witches, it did all of that. Before all of that, pretty much the whole world was pretty happy running
Like I said,
around
all those people that knew, you know, they were having plant medicine, using, you know, things for other realms. It's like I said, that's why the witch burnings came into process, because, you know, the wise people, the wise women and men, of course, you know, those that knew about the other energetic realms and all the kingdoms, just had to show me little that I've got myself for Christmas, because I had a big one and I've had to get little ones, big ones in the garden. It's gone a bit rusty. But yeah, you know, and then they bring all this thinking, letting people, that's why they have the book burnings and all that stuff most of us know about.
Cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis. Eating magic mushrooms. Basically microdosing on mushrooms, right?
You know, and I personally do believe cannabis and all that sort of stuff, it is good, but you have to have the right stuff. And the Native American Indians use certain things. They weren't all smoking it all day long, and that was to connect to the non-physical. But I do believe you've got to be careful with that, of, you know, where you buy it from and all that, you know, like I've said. And I do believe if you are somebody, of what I see in my outside world, of people who actually have it too much, as if like it's just a thing that you have all the time and not in balance, is not a good thing, because everything's got to be in balance at the end of the day. And I do believe myself personally, certain plants and things like that do open you up, but I do believe some people don't need to do it. If they go to a certain level, they don't actually need it, because it could bring them back down. But we all know it's an opener, especially to people who find it really hard to, you know, understand, to connect, because the two in the, you know, the other, and they've been distracted.
What I think that mushrooms do is they open you up, and you see, it's a bit like peyote. I was talking the other day about the peyote ceremony that I did.
Sorry for butting in, just because it's so lowish. Yeah, this was only £15 off eBay. If you put in what's it called, cast iron cauldron, you'll get little ones. I had a big one, it's in the garden, but you can use it. They're really good at, like, if you're writing things down and you want to release, especially in these times now, you write down on a piece of paper, because, you know, it's nice if you have your little tools. You don't need tools, it's just for me it's a visionary thing that makes you concentrate on the intent you want to put out. So if you want to be releasing any crappy energy, you write it down, high critical thinker, of what you want to release, and then you just burn it. And imagine it all going away, you know, with the flames, and it burns out, because that's a quicker element to use. So if anyone is interested, the one I had last time had the triple moon on it. This one's got the pentagram, earth, air, fire, water and spirit sign. Yeah, these are really, really, really cute. They're very, very heavy, but they're just a nice size for burning incense in, for burning little, you know, notes off. Even anything you want to bring into the universe, you can write them down and burn it off, because that's the magic of fire. So,
and it just opens you up, and you start seeing and feeling the energy of all the plants and rocks and everything. And you realise that everything is.
So you're saying, you know, it's a part of the consciousness. Most people knew this, who knew psychedelics. You don't actually need to do psychedelics, I don't believe, you know, because you know that you're connected to the rocks, the trees, the sky, whatever. But most people, when they go on the journey, know that. We know we're connected to everything, but it does open up people more. So, you know, it's good, and it's just how you choose to do your journey.
Consciousness, right? Yeah. And then you end up being a tree hugger like me, and that's why in Japan they call it, you know, I think they call it forest bathing, when you walk through, because you get the energy. And
yeah, in Japan they call it forest bathing, because, like I said, when you go out in nature, you're picking up all the energies of the energies around, you know, within the plants, the trees, everything. That's why if you're feeling a bit cacky, especially now in energies, I'm feeling quite calm today. Go out for a walk in the woods or near nature, water, whatever.
And a lot of what they've done to us specifically, and I think this great awakening period we're in now, undoing this, is block us off from these abilities, so that they can harvest us, right? So they've been harvesting the human race by blocking us off by our birthright, which is connection to the universe, connection to all living things around us. Because
our birthright is the connection to the universe. That's why they cut us off. That's why they've had us on C law, with the birthing process of you. You know, most of us know this with the whole thing with your birth certificate, blah, 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 because they're trying to disconnect us. It's our earthright, when we were earthed here, of this. But, you know, it's a bit tough now, because we have awakened and more people are awakening.
Yeah. And that
very calm today.
Feel with the universe, which they've blocked off. So, and also to back that up, you know, I know from the work that in my business life, I know that the next big thing in medicine is the element in mushrooms that allow you to do that. And I don't like the way that that's going, because there are people doing like genetically modified versions.
And this is why I believe there will be certain things coming, because that's holistic as well, but people are going to need help with it, because I know there's people who do it, and I know there's people who want to do it, and they can bring it in, but some people, because of what it can release within you of your dark, shit you need to release, and old stale energies, people need to go through a process with other people to help them, so they don't think they're losing the shit or they're seeing demon or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good, nature.
I can never pronounce the word psilocybin.
I sat in the garden before, yeah.
So they're doing that on yeast.
But let me just fast forward this a little bit.
Something's going to happen this year. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I'd say an ex-partner. I can still see lines there that are...
He was talking to Mark, because he's a healer, telling him he's got, a good energy around him, but he needs to work on his inner child. I've always said this about your inner child. Your inner child is doing the things you love. Be childlike. If you've got younger children, it's good, like mine is. You can go out, you can, like he says, you can climb up climbing frames with them. It's about your inner child. It's about having that joy, because that's a good energy to bring in.
Still connecting you to
But
an
just fast
ex-partner
forward a bit.
and to the group of people, and stopped everything that was going on. And when I walked over there, and it was almost if they'd all stopped what they were doing. And I didn't understand what was going on. And then when I stood back, and I said to my guide, I said, what did you do? He said, easy, I just changed the energy.
Wow.
So for me, I was like, wow, that was a big, and I had many moments.
And that's just like I said before, when you start changing your frequency, and people who were in a lower frequency, 27 and 27 there, when they start attacking you, that's because your energy frequency has been changed. They can't resonate with that, and it's like, what's going on there?
And I think I forgot. I don't know. I kind of got disconnected from.
And that's why sometimes when you might walk into a room somewhere, people are a bit thinking, they go, oh, I just feel like that person's got a good vibe about them, because you've just changed the energy in that room.
God, when my dad died when I was 17.
Yeah, it is,
so
I
I remember standing outside the Chapel of Rest and just shouting, "I hate you" at the sky.
Yeah.
And from that day onwards, I don't know. I felt like I tried to live each day as if it was my last, which meant that I was enormous fun. It meant I was the one who was buying the drinks at the bar. Yeah, I had a load of fair weather friends. But, I got myself into sort of sticky situations. I did stupid things. And then, it wasn't always good.
No, I bet. I worked security for 15 years. I worked in bars and nightclubs and things like that. And that was...
Seen it all. That was like a theme park for you.
Honestly, Mark, I'll tell you this story now. I remember...
And that's why I don't really drink. I don't drink in the house. I don't have alcohol in. I don't, if can't say it's like going out as much now at the minute, what's going on, but that doesn't bother me. Or even if I do have a drink in with a fella now and again, which we did the other weekend, we just had a bit of a boogie. It takes me ages to drink. I don't rush, and like people are like, oh my God, you've been holding that drink for about an hour. I'm like, because alcohol doesn't really bother me. I don't need, I'll be talking about this tonight, I don't need substances to be in a higher frequency. I'm high on natural energy and light of my own, because I see the beauty all around, and it gives me it's nice to be a bit piddly sometimes, but you've also got to be careful, because that's where entities attach, which I'll be talking about tonight.
I was at the bar, I was standing away from the bar. There was a bunch of, where I live, there's
people don't get that sometimes.
You'll
get people say, oh, don't be so boring, why don't you do this? And it's like, I don't need to get another personality through something to feel, this is how I feel sometimes, to have fun. And sometimes I don't need to be sometimes like bounding around everywhere either. I'm just like, I'm happy, I'll sit in the garden and just stare at the sky, go out at night time and look at the stars. Oh my God, it's so peaceful. It calms you within. That's why I went out in the garden before with the bit of sun that I caught, even if it was for 10 minutes. That's how I see things. Might not be that for everybody, but it's not saying don't do it. I just don't need to be doing stuff. A lot of people try and think that you know, life's all about work, 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 and as long as you get one holiday a year, this, that, and the other, that's all. That's not what life's about. That isn't true bliss. That's fake bliss. It's about what's within. But like I said, I'll be going on about that tonight.
Far away. And they'd always come out in the town. There was 30 guys all kicking off at the bar. And this is at the time
I say that, Lois, ago, I'm such a cheap date because I don't really...
when I was my spiritual energy was at its peak. And I remember saying, oh, gosh, I can't be bothered to go over there and sort out these guys. Now, my guide said, no worries, I'll sort it. A blue light came from my chest, went over.
A blue light. Blue lights again.
To the group of people and stopped everything that was going on. And when I walked over there, and it was almost as if they'd all stopped what they were doing. And I didn't understand what was going on. And then when I stood back, I said to my guide, I said, what did you do? He said,
watch the blue light on the picture to put on my community page after Under the Orb.
easy, I just changed the energy.
Wow.
So for me, I was like, wow, you know, that was a big, and I had many moments like, obviously, you know, the lion detector, oh yeah, but it was him. And I'd get a voice saying, no, he's lying, Leo, and put him out. I was like, I say that, buddy. You know, so it was quite fun. And I
look at the energy between these two people. I want to say, you can be on holiday every day of your life in your mindset. People go on holidays to escape their working life, as we know, because we've all been dragged down to believe that's what we came here to do when it isn't. So people think, oh, if I get a holiday once or twice a year, that's brilliant. I'm not saying that isn't brilliant. I'm saying you could have a holiday in your garden every year. You have a holiday in your mind every day. If you raise your frequencies, there's nothing to escape to. You know, we don't need to escape somewhere. But yes, we do like traveling and seeing different cultures because that's beautiful and all that sort of stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, some people just think that is a life to escape and they're like, oh, I need a holiday. And it's like, it's not about that. It's not about that. Look at the beauty around you. You shouldn't be in the mindset of thinking you have to escape somewhere and that's the only thing to work to get money to do that. That is not what we're here for. And that's what I believe will change with these ripples coming in of how it will slow down a bit and how people will realise your life can be a living holiday, holy day, not as in the, you know, man-made religion, just mean be a part of the world, be in the world. This is why I said the other day, this is part of, yes, the two worlds are merging. You have to know how to be human too, with the spirit realm, with the non-physical and the physical. They are merging together. You can be in that, not too off with it, obviously, like I said the other day. Yeah, no place like home, exactly. You bring all them energies in, you won't feel like you have to escape anywhere. When you do go on holiday, it won't be because you're escaping, it'll just be, oh, you know, I can't wait to go and learn about a new culture and new things that they do and taste the foods. As in, I mean, yes, that's what they do, but some people use it as an escapism to go away, get drunk. I've dated people like this, just get drunk, do what they do when they're here, when they're out on a night, get drunk. They don't go and look at anything, they don't explore, they just go and do what they do when they're at home, which is basically get drunk. I know a lot of people who do that. They go away to a beef, get drunk, have drugs, do all that they do at home. Same thing, same pattern to cover up what's really inside them that they're not releasing. You know, and yeah, they may be having a good time, but they're not really getting to the true core of the problems. You know, I'm not saying, you know, people don't go to certain places, you know, like festivals and all that. People do that there and this, that and the other. And that's beautiful if you're getting into the true, you know, vibe of the music and stuff. But sometimes it's because people are trying to cover certain situations up and they want to look like the life and soul of the party. But sometimes behind that, they're not, you know, because they're not really looking at the demons, the entities that lie within that they don't want to look at, because it is hard to look at yourself if anyone gets what I'm saying.
had many weird, wonderful experiences like that. So yeah,
I think President Trump might be calling you to join his security team.
Oh gosh,
Whoop. They know about Trump. I think Mark's into Q, so there's them lovely people you start resonating with, and you find out they know about what's going on with this person and what the whole Q team was about. It's very multi-dimensionally laid. It's not just about people think it's politics and it's the new world, and it's like, no, it isn't. It's much, much more the bigger picture that's going on with the spiritual warfare. It is Fabulous. And this is how I'm connecting with people. And oh, look, someone who knows that Trump's working for the light yet again. You resonate with the field of the vibe that you're in. Those people will come to you. It's just amazing.
I think he's got protection, unbelievable protection.
Trump has got protection. He's insulated with God's source, with the people that he's prayed on every day, with the intentions around the world as well, as we know. It's amazing.
Yeah, we tried to kill it numerous times.
They have tried to kill him numerous times. So when people go, oh, we've got to get it, the message to Trump, Trump knows, we've got it, they're after killing him. They've tried numerous times. A lot of us know this. A lot of us know this. And it's like I said, it's not just for the people who think he's the sole person doing this. He's not. There's an alliance, and there's people around the world and us, and sending the energy and everything. So
I did a while ago. I tried to
he
tune
knows.
into.
He has good
our
people around him. We know it's a
Queen.
spiritual war.
And she had a big psychic protection around her. It did not want to give me any energy. Didn't want to give me any information. So I don't know how that's sort of looking now. But at the time when I did that, I was blocked off. Nothing would let me go in.
Who was that?
So that was quite trying to, which is what I did a while ago.
With who?
But it was him. And I'd get a voice saying, no, he's lying, Leo, and put him out. I was like, okay, say that, buddy. So it was quite fun, and I had many weird, wonderful experiences like that. So yeah.
I think President Trump might be calling you to join his security team.
Oh gosh, imagine that, eh?
I think he's got protection, unbelievable protection. We tried to kill it numerous times.
What I'm going to do, Mark, is what I'm going to try and do, which is what I did a while ago. I tried to tune into our so-called Queen, and she had a big psychic protection around her. It did not want to give me any energy. Didn't want to give me any information. So I don't know how that's sort of looking now. But at the time when I did that, I was blocked off. Nothing would let me go in. So that was quite interesting. So what I may do is my trusty wife, I may use her as the channel, and I'm going to go to Donald Trump and ask him if it's okay. I might speak to his higher self, talk to his energy, see if it's okay, and just to see what is genuine. Because the thing is, you can get into real deep and stuff that you would not normally know. But it's all generally to do with their energy and where they accept, whoever's connecting with their energy, whether they give any information. But generally, I find that with truth and things like that, and if he is a good person, or if there was good things going on, then I would be able to get some sort of relay back to say, yay, that's good. So
that'd be interesting. Should we do that live?
Cool. I think is what I tend to do, so I can be like the third party asking the questions. So what I tend to do is I use my wife as I say, as the channel. I regress her and I take her consciousness.
Yeah, the thing is, Effie, according to my research, Trump will win if the votes are counted properly. Even if they're not counted properly, because we know he's got it, it will be shown that they cheated anyway. So either way, what happens tomorrow, what happens over these next couple of days, we know they're going to try and cheat. We know they're going to try and report on the media that he hasn't won and whatever's happened or whatever the shit that they're throwing out. But we know that will get seen as well. So even if it looked like something wasn't happening, it's going to happen either way.
To Donald Trump, tune into him, and then I get her to have a conversation.
Tune into
and
Melania.
Then, obviously, then she's talking and giving me the information that I want back to me. So, we're all part of a triangle almost.
Well, listen, if she doesn't want to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll be way up for that. Honestly, Mark, that'd be brilliant. It's really good fun. Really good fun because you can kind of take the consciousness anywhere that you like.
Let's do that in part 2.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, let's do it.
We've nearly been talking for an hour, and there's just, and I know people. It's a long time.
So anyway, that was just sharing. I don't know if I've seen part 2. Dynamic Possession, The Great Awakening, and The Golden Age. With I think it's Leowen. On the Mark Atwood show that Effie did put in chat, because I've got to go in a minute. I'll be on later. I might be on keep popping in throughout the day. But I have got a friend coming round who will be talking about keeping your frequencies up with her, because she said she's on a spiritual path now. So I am trying to help people around me as well. So, and these people came back to me through a narcissistic relationship I went with and made friends with them through that. But these people are coming back to me because they realise they're on the path and they're syncing up. And that's what I find very beautiful. Yes, Right Side Broadcasting Network is probably the good one to watch. It is. Right Side Broadcasting is brilliant. That's where I saw You Know Who in 2016. And also Golden State Times I watch as well when I'm watching all the Trump stuff. Have to go, guys. Take care. See you soon. Thank you, John, for coming in. Night. Oh, much love. That's Jelly72. So I just wanted to show that because you have got to be careful with entities. And tonight, I'll be on tonight. I might be popping in throughout the day. I don't know. But I will be on tonight at 9 talking about addictions and the different sort of addictions I see or that I've had or whatever, and that I see within people where these entities can get in, you know, and all that. So I'm just feeling, I was very energetic yesterday. Today I'm feeling very calm. It feels very peaceful in the energy that I'm sitting in at the minute, because I know come tomorrow, I think it'll be just like Effie said, the calm before the storm. I'm just feeling it's just very peaceful. You know, oh, and also I picked this daisy because I said I was in the garden before, and you know when I said about the star seeds, but I've said this before, because we know we're all part of the one. When a flower grows, you've got the stem. You know, we've talked about the core of a tree. It's just in everything anyway. And you can see it like we are all, the petals of the flower, we're all connected to this flower. Like a little realm here, we're all connected. We're all connected. We all have one stem, you know. But there's many different daisies, you know, many different realms, many different consciousness. But even that daisy, we're all connected here. That daisy is connected to the plant of the daisy, because it wasn't the daisy in the ground, it was a plant like with wild daisies on it. So we're all connected, you know. And that's a thing of people realising, you know, they'll go through certain things and things with plant medicine and that to make them go, oh my God, I didn't know I was connected to the universe and the plants and this, that and the other. I've always known that anyway, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. Because we all know we're connected, you know, to everything. Everything is connected. So, and these are good medicine as well. I think you can make syrup out of these, and they can use for coughs and colds and stuff like that, because like most what they call weeds are healing. You know, they go on about the dandelion root and everything, part of the dandelion tea and stuff like that is very healing. That's why they would say out there, get rid of your dandelions in your garden. They are actually good for the soil. They make out the knot. We know they twist everything. So, tea, yeah. So, and it's funny because these started growing randomly in my garden this year. This is why I say things that are coming in are so beautiful. And I was like, where did that come from? That's never been in my garden. I have daisies, but this is a daisy plant and it's got like funny little leaves on it. And I just got strawberries, wild strawberries coming up in my garden everywhere. They've never been there. So it's like, wow, all these stuff are coming in, you know, with certain things that you can use for teas. And and I have lots of dandelions. I have lots of dandelions. And, you know, you can eat dandelion leaves and everything, so you can harvest all that, you know. So, yeah, it's amazing. So I'm going to go because I've got a bit of tidying up to do, a bit of stuff to do. I'm going to go and clean my craft room. I've got a few things to put together for people. So anyone who's watching, my actual envelopes have come. That's what I was waiting for, so I'll be able to post tomorrow. And that's all good. So, yes, strawberries. Yeah, and if you'd like to make a coffee donation, Effie always puts it in there just in case anyone's interested in an energy exchange. So that's there anyway in live chat. So you might see me in a bit, you might not, because I've got a friend coming around, like I said, and then Finn's back at school, so blah, blah, blah. But if not, you will see me tonight at 9 o'clock, and we'll have a bit of a chat on, because people said they'd like to have a chat about addictions, and you can put your 2p piece in chat as well. And it's not a negative thing on it, it's just explaining things about this reconnecting again, and that there's many different ones, because when people think about addiction, people think they just go to like alcoholism or drug issues or something like that. There's a lot There's a lot that people don't, a lot of people do know, but there's a lot of people that don't know. But yes, so I will see you soon. Whoop! And yeah, last night when I went to bed, because it was after 12, I was like, it's the 2nd today. Oh yeah, it's today. Oh yeah, it's the election tomorrow, which is tomorrow. But yeah, can't wait. So whoop, we'll be keeping that there, be wearing that tomorrow. So what time is it there? I don't know, 12:52. So my friend's coming round very soon. So I will see you soon. I will see you tonight. Yeah, much blessings to everyone. Bye.